And we've got Kobuddy up against Grandmaster's Son. And Kobuddy is going to be on... So we just saw Grandmaster's Son play. So we know that Grandmaster's Son's deck is that Oni aggro deck. Kobuddy is going to be playing a... kind of a similar list. It's going to have a bunch of weapons as well, but it's going to be much more of an armory list. So we're going to be going with Time Justice Fire Value. And it's this one right here. You can always follow along by typing !decklist in the chat as well, or looking down below the YouTube video when that gets posted. And it's going to be Elham Keen-Eyed is going to be the hero. So they're allowed 4 copies of that, only 1 copy of everything else. Whenever they play another unit, gain an armor, and paying 5 to exhaust the Elham will give a golem with attack and health equal to the number of your units. So we're going to hop on back over and watch from Kobuddy's side. Make sure everybody knows they're good to go. Alright, there we go. Kobuddy keeping this hand a really nice start with Intrepid Longhorn. It is scary that if it dies... Okay, there we go. Time Sigil. I think that you have to keep that on top, even though you'd prefer fire. But it is scary. If Intrepid Longhorn goes away, Grandmaster Sin managed the jam in a torch, then you're in a lot of trouble.
Back, fiend!
But that Longhorn can also do a lot of work. Yeah, his hand looks really scary. Speaking of scary, though, Grandmaster coming out right away with Chemo on turn 3. Right after an Acclaimed Artisan, too. And I imagine... Ooh, I was going to say, I imagine Kobuddy attacks here. I think I would. I'd be willing to trade the 4-3 for the Intrepid. And now Kobuddy has an interesting decision. Do they trade a 3-3 for this...
Let's try this out. Why?
And Awakened Student goes away. Ooh. Immediately getting a 3 for Acclaimed Artisan. Ooh, and the torch is just a little bit late. Unable to stop the Artisan. Kobuddy's gonna hold up the torch instead of killing Kazoo. Which, I don't know how much I feel about that. I'd just love to point out that it's named Kazoo, though.
Violence begets violence.
Wow, Grandmaster just with hit after hit here. And Kobuddy, unfortunately... Oh, right, Kobuddy can't play Torch. Kobuddy really stuck on power. I forgot they were stuck without any fire. Oof. I just noticed that. I was thinking that they had drawn that power card, but the power card they drew wasn't actually fire. And that seems like it's going to be the end of the game for Kobuddy, barring a miracle here. I mean, now have a 3-3 deadly. Get another blocker with Ephemeral Wisp. That Ephemeral Wisp is a big deal here. But the problem is that Kobuddy needs to find... Oh, wow. Kobuddy needs to find that fire right away. Grandmaster ripping a Swordbreaker off the top just to dagger Kobuddy even more. I mean, Disjunction is good. It'll be able to knock off the 7-7. But ultimately, Kobuddy needs to find that fire. Here comes Aijin.
Forge is ready.
That's fire. It does shoot Kobuddy in the face for playing it, but it is fire. Kobuddy can play Torch and Recogulator, and they're not out. Kobuddy might be able to recover this. It's gonna be very hard, but with the Obelisk being able to block the 4-2 here, it's possible. Difficult, but possible. Ooh, and getting to exhaust the 2-2. Putting... I don't like blocking the 3-4 instead of the 4-2. Does Grandmaster have a torch? Grandmaster has another Aijin, and that's enough for Kobuddy. What a brutal, victory there. The rules for the hero are that anybody that is a hero, when you type it in to the cards, anything that shows up as a hero is a hero. So there is actually heroes, specifically. It's a super type that is not listed on things. But it's basically anybody with a name. So like Milos Azalea, Kato, Jishu, Clodagh, Kazoo, all those kinds of cards tend to be heroes. Yeah, excluding Hero of the People, the only hero that's not actually a hero. We're going to watch from Grand Masterson's side this time. Grand Masterson's just steamrolling people so far. We'll see if they can keep up these great draws. And wow, it certainly seems like it. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. Oh, and Kobuddy having to mulligan to 6, too. Oof. An unfortunate start for Kobuddy, especially seeing Grand Masterson's hand here. One of the things that Grand Masterson doesn't have is they don't have undepleted justice for this Chemo. Wow, so Grand Masterson's not going to play the Oni patrol on turn 1. Waiting to get the onslaught and make it past this 1-1. Makes a lot of sense. And I imagine that we're going to see a Bladekin Apprentice try and make sure that it gets those attacks in early. People who don't know, every single time this attacks, gets +1/+0, so it gets extra attack. Kobuddy's starting out slow. They have all their colors this time, though.
My masterpiece is complete.
Chemo coming down 2 games in a row on turn 3 for Grand Masterson here.
Leave them alone, and I'll come home.
And Kobuddy gets a Kriva into play. He's trying to build up their token presence. Problem is, that doesn't leave them with a board that stays around in the face of all of this Warcry and, like, I don't know what to call this, but like the snowball potential here that Grand Masterson has.
Welcome, welcome.
Reporting in.
Enemy sighted.
And here comes Oni Patrol. And Elham is a great card, and it's cool, but oh wow, Grand Masterson grabbing an Aijin's Workshop. And I mean, if Grand Masterson hits a power card, Deep Forge Plate comes down too. It's just non-stop value here for Grand. Getting Warcry on every single unit. And I think that Kobuddy's gonna have to make some bad blocks here.
You will pay for your crimes.
Like, I think that Elham has to go away. No, Kobuddy's gonna keep Elham. We'll see if Kobuddy has a weapon that can actually save them from this.
Leave them alone, and I'll come home.
I actually forgot about that too, and so did Grand Masterson, which is pretty amazing. So now Kriva gets to take down the site really quickly here at least. But we know, oh wow, a 10-7 Auric Runehammer. Yikes. I was gonna say, Grand Masterson, like, we know that Grand Masterson has this Deep Forge Plate and Kobuddy doesn't. But worse than that, that is a huge Runehammer.
Let's try this out.
And as cool as Kriva is at knocking weapons off, doesn't knock that Runehammer off nearly fast enough. Does Kobuddy have a torch as well? No, that's enough. Grand Masterson just getting value card after value card, snowballing all of this incredible Warcry into 2 absolute blowout games here against Kobuddy. Kobuddy's deck looks really cool, but lots of problems on the power front on Kobuddy's side for sure. Just a tough draw. It certainly can happen, but that was a tough one. So we're going to have Kobuddy going down into the loser's bracket as well, falling to Grandmasterson very quickly, 2 in a row that have fallen to these Onis. And Grandmasterson looking kind of unstoppable. But Kobuddy goes down into the loser's bracket, and Grandmasterson goes on. Kobuddy is far from out of the tournament. Hopefully they will be able to rally together and put up a good showing for the loser's bracket, get over those power issues. Little bit of a tough start, though, for sure.